Boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing Wrestle Shaman Warrior, and this will be the last day before I start doing my good old fast physical therapy. So I start tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes from there. Depending on how long I have to do it and all that good stuff. I'll probably still make uploads. It just obviously won't be daily. But pretty much all you're doing versus Shadow Priest is dispelling off CD, and obviously dispelling mind games. But other than that, it's pretty solid. I think Wrestle Shaman healing is definitely actually solid. I don't think it's anywhere near a Wrestle Druid or Evoker, but I think it's enough to where you can heal casual damage. So like if you're facing just huge bursts, and then as you can see I hit a big lightning bolt, I think having that huge burst damage is actually awesome to have. So you basically can 50-0 somebody usually, like if they don't have any defensives up, yeah, usually 50-0 somebody, so it's like having that extra damage is nice. He silences me. I ended up using my pre-totem, which that totem's getting upgraded. It actually got upgraded today by 100%. So that totem's going to be doing unhealable healing. It's going to be one of their top healing abilities by far. When that totem is down right there, you basically either kill it or you're not going to be able to kill through it. It got 100% buffed, which is a crazy buff on any heal. So as you can see, we're just dispelling off CD, keeping his bleeds at a minimum, because that's really the only way this guy does any damage is with his bleeds. As you can see the damage here, just dispel off CD, whether it's yourself. Usually I do it on my weir, unless I have 3 or more bleeds on me. He's gonna cycle in here. We're not even gonna trinket because I already pre-dispelled all of his bleeds, so now he has to re-bleed. He ends up DR stunning, dispelling all of his bleeds again. And that's basically all there is to it. You're just clicking your minimum heals, and if you just dispel off CD, you're just fine. Like, we haven't went under 50% in the longest time. I end up stunning him here off my root. Usually it's pointless to root a rest of the root, obviously, but as you can see, we almost end up getting a lot of cooldowns. We get his big heals. I end up lassoing the rest of the root. We almost end up killing him right there, too. But yeah, mainly just dispel bleeds off CD, and anytime the priest is coming towards you, just pre-trimmer. Obviously, these are like I usually every time me and him play, it's like the first time, so it's kind of like cold fingers on the good old fashioned Restiante Shaman. But oh well, it doesn't matter. It's not like you have to be good at Rest Shaman to play it right now. You just have to like not die as a stun, I guess. I am running CD's build on his Wrestle Shaman, so basically I'm getting damage instead of, having like spam purges. So I instantly dispel his stun, which instantly dispels all of his bleeds, other than his other one that's undispellable now. These guys had a really bad problem with DR and stuns. Like, I'm talking about the worst stuns I have seen, like, in a while. Like, every stun they've done, as you guys can see, has been a DR. So we're just dispelling off CD, and pretty much just doing damage. And as you no, we literally haven't gone past like no, we have nothing. And I actually end up pre-trimmering the fear. He ends up actually killing it, so they killed it. He was good enough to hold it, which is a pretty nuts. The player wasn't clueless, at least, so he did play correctly. He didn't just fear right into the trimmer. But as you can see, we Stormkeeper here. Always want a Lightning Lasso on your Warriors Go, or even if you're not even stunning, because the only way the Shadow Priest can stop me is with a good old-fashioned silence. As you can see, I end up absolutely farming him with my big dam here. I end up dispelling. Now, the one thing you don't get is you don't get hexes, so that kind of sucks. I end up pre-grounding just in case he tries to cycle me. The Druid ends up killing it. And he's pretty much going to stun cycle me here, so I want to pre-wall. So I ended up pre-walling my teammate, which is now he's in one of my mini walls for him. I think he just ended up walking out of it, but it was worth a shot. So pretty much all you're gonna be whenever you use your ground wall, you want to use your reset totem. So you can basically reset one totem. And I wanted to do it on my big heal one. You used to be able to do it, but now you can't do it, which kind of sucks. I don't know if they hot fixed it. But you used to be able to reset your, I don't even know what it's called. It's like your biggest heal totem. You used to be able to reset it with your talent on the right side of the screen by my mount and grounding. It's my shift middle mouse. Yeah, so you basically were able to reset it, and I guess they fixed that. So now you just use it for your wall. So whenever you ground wall your team, you can actually just refresh it again. So you're basically getting 3 walls in that amount of time, which is pretty nuts. We end up absolutely farming. Now, these guys, Hunters, are the worst class to face as a melee right now. It is physically impossible to capture a hunter. They're too fast the entire game. I end up getting disoriented into a trap here. So if you look at the damage, it looks like he's doing no damage. Like it legit looks like he is not doing anything. But I promise you, he is doing unhealable damage. Like I don't know if details is bugging, but I'm telling you that look at my guy's HP the entire game. So he has the wall here, and basically as much even if my guy like spam slows him, it doesn't matter because he can just feign death, and then he has like automatically like 40% speed. Like, and this guy's backpedaling, so this is not a hunter that's this is like a 15. No, it's probably like a 16, 1700 hunter. So this is nothing special here. This is just a regular hunter. So I end up happening to ground here. He ends up cycloning. I end up grounding it just in case. Now I am in big trouble here. I end up re-toteming just in case he tries to trap me here. The hunter is just kind of AFKing, and at this point we're kind of in trouble. I do have swap totem, and I do have my button to where I can't be kicked, but that only goes so far, especially with the MS that hunter have. I mean, warrior has a lot, but as a fury warrior, you can never keep somebody still. He's probably going to be switching to arms warrior because of the buff, so he'll have the Kyrian ring for the Druid. So I end up lassoing. So you usually want to lasso off his stuns, or whenever he doesn't have a stun, that's when you want to lasso, because lasso is a really good button. I end up pre-grounding his stun. He ends up killing it. Actually, no, I end up grounding the trap. I thought he would have just killed it, but I gotta remember who I'm facing. I ended up acting the swap here because he's just doing so much unhealable damage. Like, if you look at the details, it looks like he's legit doing no damage. But in reality, he's actually pumping here. I Stormkeeper and I absolutely one-shot him. Unhealable damage. There is nothing you can do about that one. Absolutely farmed him. He actually ends up almost dying here. I was actually scared. I thought he was gonna die. Like, I was like, oh, I was like, yo, if he lands, I have Trinket, but it's like, kind of sketch. So we end up surviving here, and pretty much it was a GG, no re-situation. Buff Shaman. And this was a situation where this was a huge carry. I think this guy just was looking through. I think the DH was actually really solid here. I think the Druid was just completely, like, clueless. Like, this guy was backpedaling. He was not having a good time. And the one thing I don't like is that the dampening of twos. I think they need to switch it back to where it's like regular dampening. Like, you're getting the 50% dampening before 1 minute of a game. I think it's dumb. This DH ended up healing my warrior like 9 times in a row, as you can see there. So yeah, I do think they should change it to where, obviously dampening shouldn't be that high. It shouldn't be. I think as a healer in general, it's just not healable damage. If you have a warrior or anything with MS on you right now, you just cannot you just can't heal it. It's just not healable damage. So we end up killing the Druid here. Pretty simple. It was a pretty solid game. The DH just had a few close calls here. This is actually a longer game here, as you can see the dampening. So this is really the only really super scary part. You basically have to use every button on this, or you will usually die. Like, because the amount of damage DK's bleed does, and then on top of that they have MS, and on top of that they have A bomb. It was just crazy damage. Usually he didn't kill my totems, and having that counter strike totem is actually really insane, especially if they don't kill it. So I end up rooting him here. He's probably gonna try to cycle me. I thought he was gonna cycle me here, but he just like stunned me for no reason, especially when the DK wasn't even home yet. At this point, you're basically just healing and trying to do damage, and obviously purging off CD. You always want to be purging, especially versus wrestler druids, because they're dot healing is absolutely insane. It feels like they don't even have to play the game. Like, even as a wrestler shaman, I still have to. I feel like I have to be in there. Like, if I'm not, then my guy just dies in a couple seconds. So if I'm not always awake, he just dies. I end up getting a Trinket here with lasso. I end up Stormkeeper and absolutely farming him. Get through a shield instantaneously and instantly absolutely farming him. Gotta love having damage. And we absolutely ended up winning this game. And this was another game, this was a longer game. Demo locks are not fun to face, especially as a Fury Warrior, where if they just kite out your burst, there's nothing you can do about it. I end up lightning lassoing the Druid. I usually lightning lasso as soon as the guy starts getting low, and then we get trinkets for free. So I ended up getting this guy's trinket for free. I ended up getting his kick with my fireball, which is actually really good to do. If like they have kick and you're fireballing, it's really solid because it's not on the same kick or whatever it's called, not the same fire shit to where like if you get kicked, you can still cast heals. And pretty much you're just gonna be sitting warlock. Any warrior out there, you have to sit warlocks. I mean, unless you're arms, I mean, arms you can go druids. The problem with going druids is the pet's gonna you have to have a lot of cooldowns to counteract their stun. So my guy ends up kicking here, and they ended up not gonna go. And this guy ends up double stunning my weird like 3 times. That was DR'd, very unfortunate. My guy still has wall. I'm gonna pre-ground totem him just in case. I end up pre-grounding his kick, as you can see there. So he tried to kick me, I grounded it, and at this point, I don't really have any cooldown, so we're in big trouble here. My guy literally needs to kill him. We're starting to get in a big trouble, and it's not looking good. I have to use my non-kickable ability so he doesn't kick me, because if he does, it's not gonna be a fun time. I end up purging him here, basically purging as soon as you have it, and overall, this game wasn't that bad. We ended up winning it off of pure damage. I ended up trimmering just in case he tries to spam Fierce, and at this point, it's pretty much GG. So I end up using Trimmer. Actually, he ends up kicking me here. This was like the one spot that they might have been able to kill us, because this is where he has big dam, and he ends up dying. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.